what advice would you give to any migrant, immigrant, possibly refugee status person that is coming to the UK, or may, as we know in the worldwide situation as it stands at the moment, where there's a lot of influx, there's a lot of uncertainty? What would your advice be for someone in that situation, a young person who has the possibility to be more than and maybe creative? What would your advice be to that person?
Well, first of all, I mean, you need to know that you're not alone, because, displacement is something that is becoming more and more common in the world that we're living in, which is why this exhibition is right on time, because displacement is happening more and more. So I think the main thing to remember is, firstly, I mean, particularly in this country, but also in the United States, that's a different story. But still, in this country, there have been so many great people from non-English backgrounds who've made incredible contributions to our society. And I find that generally people that have made it to this country after what they've been through tend to have a great determination anyway. They tend to, coming from kind of like a, immigrant background, they tend to have a greater determination than a lot of people, and I'm always really impressed by people who have come over. But particularly for younger people who are vulnerable, it's just really important to remember that you're worth as much as anyone else, and your contribution is worth as much as anybody else's, and you have as much to give as you have to learn, or supposedly to learn, you have as much to contribute as well. So, and just believe in yourself, just believe in what it is that you want to do, and also just have the discipline to see it through, and don't lose sight, no matter if nobody's encouraging you, if nobody's on your side, or if it feels like nobody's on your side, or it feels like there isn't space, or there isn't room for someone like you. That I'm telling you, there is, there is space. When I look at someone like Hussein Chalayan, the fashion designer, well, he's really an artist in my opinion. He's described as a designer with the heart of an artist and the mind of a scientist, because, of course, he's crossed over and worked with architects and scientists, engineers to create mind-blowing garments, but also he's an amazing artist who's made films about displacement and his own experience that are just absolutely beautiful. And I think it's undoubtable. He's just one example, but it's undoubtable that he's one of the most important British designers right now. And where did he come from? He's Turkish Cypriot. That's where he came from. He's from a Turkish Cypriot background. And, he's a greatly respected person who's not only avoided being pigeonholed as an artist, but he's made a great contribution, to Britain. And he is just one of a million, people who have done this. And it doesn't really matter what level it's on either. It doesn't matter what your thing might not be creative. It might be something else, it might be on a personal level, but, I think, for me, anyway, I see this I see us all as one. I see this as whether you want to say one God, whether you believe in God, or, one world, I think that we're all connected. We're all individuals, but we're all connected, and we all have a choice whether or not to make things better or make things worse or not do anything. And I know what I'd rather do. And who better to, start to make things better than someone who has come from a different culture? Who better to start opening the lines of communication between people and sharing your experience, because that's how we all learn, is through sharing with one another. So yeah.